The City of Vandalia Council meeting for February the 18th, 2019 is now called to order. We will have a moment of reflection followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you've had the opportunity to look over the council study session minutes of February the 4th and also the council meeting minutes of February the 4th. Are there any comments or revisions? Seeing none, they'll stand approved. We have no communication, petitions, or awards this evening, nor do we have any public hearings, and that brings us to comments from interested citizens. So if there's anyone in the audience who would like to make comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your comment.
Thank you, Holly Wiggins, 660 Castle Creek, and I'm here for DP&L. We have had a rash of calls for scams, and I just wanted to let you and our citizens know that to be really alert when you're getting these phone calls. They seem to be coming in waves, so they're picking phone number extensions and just calling several people in that area code or that first three digits, because they seem to be coming in waves. But the things that that we wanted to bring to your attention is scammers are going to pretend to be from DP&L or another utility or company. Your caller ID may actually say DP&L or appear to be from one of our extensions. The scammers will threaten to turn your power off in your home or your business, and they might demand immediate payment on a prepaid debit or green dot card. This is not something we do. We do not call you up and threaten to turn off your utilities. So please, whether it's your business or whether it's your own home, just hang up. This is illegal. You can call the police and report and try and jot down whatever information you've got, but most of them are covering their tracks with fake numbers and things. But we just wanted everybody to be aware and be diligent. Thank you.
No, thank you very much for the information. Is there anyone else? Seeing none, we will continue with our agenda, the city manager's report. We have no information items this evening, nor do we have any action items. Nor do we have any old business. So that brings us to our first resolution for the evening, and that's Resolution 19-R-08. Mr. McDonald.
A resolution waiving the formal bidding process and authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Pace Analytical Services, Inc. to provide EPA-mandated sampling and testing of sanitary sewer discharge from various industries and bacteria testing of drinking water in the city of Vandalia for calendar year 2019.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this resolution does authorize the renewal of an agreement with Pace Analytical Services for bacteria testing of our potable water system, as well as wastewater sampling of required sites to meet our municipal industrial pretreatment program. In 2017 and 2018, the city spent between $25,000 and $30,000 annually. Pace has not increased their fees for 2019.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Your Honor, I move that we approve Resolution 19-R-08 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-08 as presented. Are there any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 5-0. Resolution 19-R-09. Mr. McDonald?
A resolution authorizing the purchase of a Toro Groundmaster 4000D requested by the Parks and Recreation Department from Century Equipment of Cincinnati at the State of Ohio contract bid price of $60,175,024, and requesting council declare the current 2006 Toro rough mower being replaced surplus property.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this resolution would authorize the purchase of a Toro Groundsmaster 4000D rough mower for Castle Hills Golf Course. The budget for this item is $63,000. The current unit is used 4 to 5 days a week, mowing the rough throughout the course. The mower being replaced is a 2006 Toro Groundmaster with 4,085 hours.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve Resolution 19-R-09 is read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhardt, second by Councilman Ehlers, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-09 as presented. Comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 5-0. Resolution 19-R-12. Mr. McDonald?
A resolution waiving the formal bidding requirement and authorizing certain services from the Miami Valley Regional Crime Lab for laboratory and AFIS assessments for the 2019 calendar year.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. The Vandalia Police Department has utilized the services of the Miami Valley Regional Crime Lab for more than 40 years. Those services include laboratory analysis in all scientific sections, supplies for the department's evidence technicians, and attendance by officers at the Crime Lab's evidence technician course. The proposed annual fee for 2019 is $29,244, which is a 1.5% decrease.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 19-R-12.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Gerhardt, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-12 as presented. Comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 5-0. Resolution 19-R-13. Mr. McDonald?
A resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with OHM Advisors, LLC, for professional planning services associated with revisions to the city's comprehensive plan.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So 9 statements of qualifications were received from firms to provide professional planning services for the update of the city's comprehensive plan. 5 firms were interviewed, with OHM Advisors of Columbus being selected as the most qualified firm to assist with this project. A scope of services has been negotiated with OHM, and the cost of this project came in at a not-to-exceed price of $70,000, which is $10,000 less than the 2019 budget. Staff will be holding a kickoff meeting with OHM on Tuesday, February 27, to discuss the next steps with the project. Per the contract, the project will be completed in 12 to 18 months.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll move that we approve Resolution 19-R-13 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Ehlers, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-13 as presented. Are there any questions? Is the kickoff, is that something that everybody is invited to, or?
No, that's just at the staff level.
Staff
And then
level.
we'll have an official community-wide kickoff meeting after
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't, kickoff, sometimes we think about it being
Yeah.
open to the public and everything. Thank you very much. And that will be coming then later then?
Correct.
With the kickoff
Yes.
for
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you. Anyone else? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 5-0. Resolution 19-R-14, Mr. McDonald?
A resolution extending the limited temporary moratorium of the acceptance, consideration, and/or granting of any applications for zoning regarding shooting grounds or ranges and the issuance of permits to discharge firearms.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move to table this resolution at this time. 19-R-14.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Gerhardt, that we table Resolution 19-R-14. Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 5-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading. We do have, we have some ordinances in their second reading, and the first is ordinance 19-01. Mr. McDonald?
An ordinance amending the Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual of the City of Vandalia.
Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. So this ordinance would amend the personnel rules and regulations to establish a salary range for the city manager and to allow department directors to retire and be rehired per the following policy. So the city manager would be eligible to rehire any retired department director who has met the age and service requirements of their respective retirement systems. Retired employees shall have all accrued unused paid leave balances carried forward to their rehire date. Rehired employees shall be subject to a 12.5% reduction in salary. That shall become effective 2 months from the date of reemployment. Rehired employees shall not be eligible for cost of living increases, but shall be eligible for lump sum merit payments within the percentages as authorized by council for annual merit increases. Again, it shall be the sole discretion of the city manager as to which employees are offered to be rehired. Rehired employees shall be deemed at-will employees of the city, serving at the pleasure of the city manager, who shall evaluate said employees' performance annually and determine their retention. And at the conclusion of 5 years in a retire-rehire status, the city manager shall evaluate the appropriateness of retaining that employee beyond 5 years.
Thank you. Since this is an ordinance in its second reading, I will open a public hearing. So if there's anyone in the audience who would like to make comment about this ordinance, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your statement. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
I approve that we approve ordinance 19-01 in second reading.
Second?
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, second by Councilman Lewis, that we do approve ordinance 19-01 in its second reading. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Lewis.
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers.
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Setzer.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor Setzer.
Thank you. No, and the motion carries 4-1.
Excuse me for the demotion.
Yeah. We do have an emergency ordinance this evening, and that's ordinance 19-02. Mr. McDonald.
An ordinance amending Section 67809, discharging of firearms, and creating Chapter 876, shooting ranges, of the codified ordinances of the City of Vandalia and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this ordinance establishes regulations for the operation of any new or existing indoor shooting range and also outdoor shooting ranges that were permitted under the zoning code prior to January of 2019. This ordinance institutes an application and permit requirements, time limits for the approval or denial of a permit, rules for shooting ranges, a permit revocation and non-renewal provisions, an appeal process, and establishes organizational liability. This ordinance it does include emergency language, which requires 5 affirmative votes of council for passage.
Thank you. Since this is an emergency ordinance, I will open a public hearing. So if there's anyone in our audience who would like to make comment, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your statement. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Your Honor, I'll move that we approve ordinance 19-02 as an emergency.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Gerhart, that we do approve of the emergency ordinance 19-02. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers.
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard.
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 5-0. We have no reports from boards and commissions this evening. We do have the bill listing for January 2019 in the amount of $3,854,499.18. And that brings us to comments, starting with Mr. McDonald.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mr. Cruzy.
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Councilman Lewis.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Councilman Ahlers.
Yes, I'd like to make a comment. As many of you know, Dana Tackett passed away the last several days ago. I had the opportunity to meet with Dana probably 4 or 5 times over the past years at the Miami Valley Shooting Grounds. The meetings were always very professional. We all treated each other with respect, and Dana was a good man. So I'd like to, on behalf of City Council and the Mayor, I'd like to pass along our condolences to Dana's wife and children and his extended family. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Gerhart.
No comments tonight, Your Honor.
Councilman Blakesley.
Just a couple. First of all, make a motion that we excuse Councilwoman Forrest and Vice Mayor Herbst from all meetings tonight.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Lewis, that we excuse from all meetings Vice Mayor Herbst and Councilwoman Farce. Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 5-0. I have no comments except to say that we do have an executive session, and the purpose of the executive session is to discuss pending litigation with the city attorney. And I will need to have a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do go into executive session. Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
excuse me, Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and it passes 5-0. At the end of our executive session, we will reconvene our meeting here to adjourn. Thank you.
Right, right. You remember
I think I went once at,
I remember you.
down by Red Light.
Right.
Is that where that?
I was going to.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was thinking it was President Park.
Jordan and I looked up, I can't tell the basketball, but the baseball team did finish number 2.
Your little guy was at the game the other night.
Or something like that a few years ago.
Talk about
Should be well, that's what Jordan, I said, man, it was small because, yeah, that's way